There was an earthquake in the television business.
That was truly not my intention.
Justin exposed Janet's breasts to the world on live TV.
It was an accident.
Enraged, the king of CBS became obsessed with destroying Janet's career.
Saying heads will roll.
Literally and emotionally gagged, intimidated.
Why didn't Justin Timberlake step up for Janet?
What do you want me to say?
I can't believe you're asking me this.
You're like, we're not going to do that again.
The incident stalled Janet's career while Justin's flourished.
I don't even know if most people know who Les Moonves is, but he runs all of CBS.
He banned Janet's songs and music videos.
That's kind of stalkerish.
It was really ridiculous.
All of this effort to derail her career.
All the emphasis was put on me.
That blew my mind.
Will you make peace with Justin Timberlake?
She was devastated.
Jackson became a fixation for Moonves.
That was the hardest thing.
Wondering if it changed you in some way.
You don't want to get out of bed. You can't speak.
So this is going to be the first and the last time that she ever talks about what happened that day.
I am really sorry if I offended anyone. That was truly not my intention. What people don't understand is more came off than what was supposed to. I sat down to record the apology. Management that I had at the time, they thought it was important that I did.
But Janet's apology wasn't enough to satisfy Les Moonves, and he made her his enemy.
HuffPost reports Moonves was convinced it wasn't a malfunction, but rather an intentional bid to stir up controversy, saying heads were going to roll.
Now, I don't even know if most people know who Les Moonves is, but he runs CBS. All of CBS.
The most fun job in America.
It was unfair the way she was treated.
You can't change what's happened.
He kind of skated away, and she was the one that got hit with the FCC.
Will you make peace with Justin Timberlake?
We were friends. Certain things you just don't do to friends. I was the pawn that they used.
But this wasn't the first time Janet felt like she didn't have a voice.
In the very, very beginning, I really wanted to be an actress. I wasn't into singing.
My father said, I think you'll make more money singing than as an actress. And that was it.
Joe Jackson, the man so famously accused by his son as an abusive stage father.
Jackson says she suffered in silence.
I remember when I had called him Daddy, and he said, no, you call me Joseph. I'm Joseph to you. Never said it again.
Despite her father's control over her career, through singing, Janet found her voice.
Well, even though Janet is a Jackson, she is truly a superstar in her own right.
But behind her success, Janet was haunted by her childhood.
I more so than anything did it for my father, the singing. I was very sad, very sad.
So how depressed were you? And did you know why?
In the beginning, no.
Janet couldn't take it anymore.
Janet Jackson became overcome with emotion.
I was very unhappy. You don't want to get out of bed. You can't speak.
And I didn't know why, what was going on.
Something wanted to come out, but it couldn't. And people would talk to me and say, well, why can't you say anything? Why aren't you talking? I wanted to, but it would not come out. Things that really affected me as a child came to a head.
To regain her voice, Janet had to confront her abusive past and heal the voiceless little girl she used to be.
I think we carry certain things with us through our lives that have really affected us, and it makes us who we are. You can rid yourself of the pain, so that's what I decided to do, and that was the hardest thing of all.
As she was trying to find her voice, someone tried to take it away.
HuffPost reports Jackson became a fixation for Moonves. Moonves banned Jackson and Timberlake from the 2004 Grammys. But Timberlake was allowed to perform after he tearfully apologized.
All media companies have to be on their toes.
Moonves ordered Viacom properties, meaning VH1 and MTV, and all Viacom-owned radio stations, that's a lot, to stop playing Jackson's songs and music videos.
Janet had enough of people taking away her voice. She was ready to speak up for herself.
At some point, it's up to you as an adult to say, you know what, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna nip it in the bud right here.
Do you think people were too hard on you?
I think they were. They did put all the emphasis on me as opposed to us. It was really ridiculous.
You regret making that apology. Why?
It was an accident. Why am I apologizing?
Many feel the incident stalled Janet's career while Justin's flourished.
It was sort of unfair if you consider it 50-50. I mean, I probably got 10% of the blame.
And you and Janet kind of resolved the situation, like we're able to make peace of the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where you go like, yeah, we're not going to, what do you want me to say? Like, we're not going to do that again.
As Janet was finding her voice, other victims also found theirs.
There was an earthquake in the television business as one of the most powerful executives in this business resigned in disgrace.
Les Moonves out at CBS. His exit coming just hours after new claims of sexual harassment or assault.
Disturbing accounts of forced physical contact. Harvey Weinstein, almost just like a small fry compared to Les Moonves.
I realized that I was much stronger than I thought I was. I'm a very strong woman.
Janet took control of her story and used her platform to help empower others to use their voice.
We are living at a time in history when women all over the world are refusing to be controlled, manipulated, exploited, or abused.
You can easily pass things on from one generation to the next. I'm not going to pass this on to my children.
The new mom says one major source of joy is her 1-year-old son, Issa, telling Essence, "The height of happiness is holding my baby son in my arms and hearing him coo."
I feel moved to speak for women whose voices have been stifled. I am one of those women who have been gagged, both literally and emotionally, women who have lived in fear. I stand with you. You are my sister. Women, our voices will be heard. We will be heard when we speak out for justice.
You may have heard the rumors about Tommy Mottola's so-called hold on Mariah.
He controlled everybody around me. Everybody was afraid of him. There was so much security and armed security. This is not okay. You're Mariah Carey. I thought you could do whatever you want.